Hello everybody, welcome again to the lecture series on signals and systems. We are talking about the Fourier series. Already one lecture is completed in Fourier series. Now we will continue our discussion on the Fourier series. And in this particular lecture, we will see some problems on the Fourier series and we are going to see the time differentiation property of the Fourier series. In the previous class, we have seen one of the properties of the Fourier series, that is time shifting property. Okay, generally nearly 10 or 12 properties we are going to see in the Fourier series. Those are starting from linearity property, time shifting, time differentiation, all those properties are there. Parseval's power transfer theorem, many properties are there. Okay, so in the previous class we have already seen the time shifting property and inbuilt linearity property also we have discussed. Separately we are going to discuss all those properties, and in this particular lecture we will see the problems based upon the time differentiation property also. From the problems only we are going to learn the properties. Okay, that is the thing. So now one problem we will see, that is find complex Fourier series for cos omega naught t and sin omega naught t. So here two signals they have given. One is cos omega naught t and second one is the sin omega naught t. For these two signals we are going to find the complex Fourier series, that means exponential Fourier series we can able to get. So in general the exponential Fourier series is given for the periodic signal f of t is given by f of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity cn e power jn omega naught into t. This is a exponential Fourier series where cn is the exponential Fourier series coefficient for the periodic signal f of t. So we need to write this cos omega naught t in this form. That means in terms of the exponentials we need to write cos omega naught t and we need to write sin omega naught t in the form of the exponentials. Then we can able to tell that complex Fourier series or the exponential Fourier series has been obtained for these two signals. Okay, so first we will see for the cos omega naught t. So now our f of t is cos omega naught t, and we know that cos theta can be written as e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. So according to that, we can write cos omega naught t means e power j omega naught t plus e power minus j omega naught into t by 2. Like this we can able to write for the cos omega naught t. This is from which formula? Generally we will write cos theta is equal to e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. And if you take sin theta, that can be written as e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. Like this we can write. And in this case, cos theta means here we have taken omega naught into t. So e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. In this manner we can able to write. Okay. Then now I am rewriting this one like this. 1 by 2 e power j omega naught into t plus 1 by 2 e power minus j omega naught into t. Okay, and this can be rewritten as 1 by 2 into e power j 1 omega naught into t. Without changing any value we can write like this. Next plus 1 by 2 e power j minus 1 into omega naught into t. Why should I write like this? Means if you observe this exponential Fourier series, e power j n omega naught into t is there. So here in the power here if you see 4 letters are there. J is available, n means here 1. Without changing this value we need to write the value of the n. If you take n is equal to 1, j omega naught t, j omega naught t. Without changing anything we can able to write. So if you compare this one with this, here we can able to take n is equal to 1, omega naught into t, here also omega naught into t is available. And in this case also e power minus j omega naught t is there. So that minus j omega naught t we have written like this. E power j and here n is equal to minus 1 omega naught into t. Like this we can able to write. So in this particular term, if you compare this one with the exponential Fourier series, you will observe that n is equal to minus 1. And here you will get n is equal to plus 1. Here you will get n is equal to minus 1. That means here actually in the exponential Fourier series, n value is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity. All the integers we have to take. from minus infinity to plus infinity, but this cos omega naught t is having two terms, only two terms are there. If you vary the n value from minus infinity to plus infinity, so many number of values are there. Okay, so many number of values are there. Those are infinite number of values are available. All those infinite number of terms will be added because here discrete summation is available. So what we are doing here, by expanding this cos omega naught t, finally you got only two terms. That means these two terms are for two different n values. Here n is equal to 1, here n is equal to minus 1. This particular term is given for n is equal to 1 and this particular term is given for n is equal to minus 1. Okay, so I can tell it is for Cn. It is for Cn. It is also, sorry, it is for Cn means it is for C1. N is equal to 1 and this 1 by 2 is also for Cn only where n is equal to minus 1. So here C1 is equal to 1 by 2, C minus 1 is equal to also 1 by 2. Like this we will get. Okay, so finally we can tell this is the exponential Fourier series for the cos omega naught t because it is written in terms of the exponentials only. And we have identified that this is for n is equal to 1 and this is for n is equal to minus 1, and you can write here C1 is equal to 1 by 2 and C minus 1 is also equal to 1 by 2 because in front of exponential what is there? Coefficient is there. Coefficient is there. So this Cn is nothing but 1 by 2. Here this Cn is equal to 1 by 2 only. But here n is equal to 1 and here n is equal to. How to identify the n value? You need to observe the power. Okay, Jn omega naught t. So n is equal to 1. Jn omega naught t. So n is equal to minus 1. N can be negative also. Here if you observe, n is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So in this way we can able to write. Okay. So next one is sin omega naught t. So that also we can able to do. See here. Sin omega naught t. This sin omega naught t we can compare with the sin theta. Okay, where theta is equal to omega naught t and sin theta can be written as e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. So according to this I am writing this sin omega naught t e power j omega naught t. Theta means omega naught t. E power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. Like this I have written. Okay, now I am rewriting this one as 1 by 2j e power j omega naught t minus 1 by 2j e power minus j omega naught t. In this manner we can able to write. And as similar to this particular previous problem, here I am writing 1 by 2j e power j 1 omega naught t minus 1 by 2j e power j minus 1 omega naught t. So in this manner we can able to write. Here n is equal to 1 and here n is equal to minus 1, similar to the previous one. Here n is equal to minus 1, that you can able to observe. E power j n omega naught t n is equal to 1. E power j n omega naught t n is equal to minus 1. That means this 1 by 2j is C1 and this minus 1 by 2j is C minus 1. Minus 1 by 2j. Okay, C1 is equal to 1 by 2j and C minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2j. And this is the exponential Fourier series expansion for the sin omega naught t. So in this manner we can able to get a complex Fourier series or exponential Fourier series for the cos omega naught t and sin omega naught t. Next, time differentiation property. So different properties are available in the Fourier series. For example, linearity property, time shifting property, time differentiation property, all those things we are going to see. And already we have completed time shifting property, and in those problems based upon the time shifting only we used the linearity property also. About all those properties, so in the separate class I will discuss. Now we will see time differentiation property. Generally, if you observe, f of t is the periodic signal, and for this one if you apply the exponential Fourier series you will get Cn. Cn is the exponential Fourier series coefficient. So this double-headed arrow is indicating that from the f of t you can get Cn, or from the Cn you can able to get f of t, and these two are related by the exponential Fourier series that already we know. F of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power j n omega naught into t. So in the expression of f of t you will have Cn, and in the expression of Cn you will have f of t. Cn is equal to 1 by t integral over 1 period f of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. Okay, that you can able to observe. Now, so this is a given thing. F of t is a periodic signal. If you apply the exponential Fourier series, that is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. This is the given thing. Now, what is time differentiation property means? If you differentiate f of t, you will get one more signal. F of t is one signal, and if you differentiate that signal, you will get one more signal. And f of t is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. What is the coefficient for d by dt of f of t? That means the differentiation of the f of t. Why we need to call it is the time differentiation means we are performing the differentiation for the time domain signal only. That is f of t. F of t is the time domain signal where independent variable is t and Cn is related to the spectrum. That means with respect to frequency. Spectrum is always with respect to frequency only. So it is frequency domain, it is time domain. We are doing the differentiation in the time domain. That's why it is called the time differentiation property. So even though you no need to calculate the coefficient for the d by dt of f of t. If you know the coefficient for the f of t, that is enough to calculate or to tell directly what is the coefficient for the d by dt of f of t. That is advantage of this particular time differentiation property. So simply I can able to write like this. That is, f of t is having the coefficient is Cn. Because of one time differentiation, here you need to multiply with Jn omega naught. Okay. Next, if I do another time the differentiation, that is d square f of t by dt square, then it is having the exponential Fourier series. Because of the f of t, Cn will come, and because 2 times differentiation, here you will have Jn omega naught 2 times will be available. Okay. Next, if you have the differentiation is for k times, then you need to multiply this Cn with Jn omega naught k times you have to multiply. Okay, so Jn omega naught to the power of k, that means this Jn omega naught has been come k times. Why it is coming k times? Because you have performed the differentiation for the f of t k times. How many times you are doing the differentiation? That many number of times Jn omega naught will be available. This is the time differentiation property. This one now we are going to prove. Okay. So what is a simple thing? F of t is the periodic signal that is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. This is the given thing. Okay. Now, if you do one time differentiation for the f of t, you need to multiply this Cn with Jn omega naught one time. How many number of times you are doing the differentiation in the time domain? That many number of times you need to multiply with Jn omega naught. Okay, with the coefficient Cn. What is Cn? F of t is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn, and if you do the differentiation in the time domain, you need to multiply with Jn omega naught. And here generalization we can able to give, that is time differentiation in one domain. That means here we have done the differentiation in the time domain. So 2 statements I will give. Time differentiation or differentiation in time domain leads multiplication of variable in frequency domain. The 2 domains are there. Left side time domain, right side frequency domain. Here we are doing the differentiation. So here you need to multiply with variable. What is variable? That you need to understand. Because it is time domain, here time is the variable. Time is the variable. Because it is a frequency domain, frequency is the variable. Frequency is represented with f or omega naught. Because here discrete spectrum is available. So in the time domain, the variable is time. Independent variable is time t. And in the frequency domain, the independent variable is frequency represented with f or omega naught, or in the Fourier series, the spectrum is the discrete spectrum you will get. That means n omega naught, where n is a integer. So omega naught, 2 omega naught, 3 omega naught, or minus 1 omega naught, minus 2 omega naught. So n omega naught is a variable in the frequency domain for the Fourier series. Like that you can able to remember. So time domain, time is the independent variable. Frequency domain, n omega naught is the independent variable. So what I am telling, if you do the differentiation in time domain, in the frequency domain you need to multiply with its variable. Okay, that is the thing. We are doing the differentiation in the time domain. How many number of times you are doing the differentiation in the time domain, that many number of times you need to multiply with its variable. What is the variable in the frequency domain? Frequency only, that is n omega naught, or if you need complete expression, jn omega naught. Okay, so the general statement is, now I am telling the general statement, that is differentiation in one domain, that may be time domain, that may be frequency domain. Okay, we can do the differentiation for the frequency domain also. Okay, so differentiation in one domain leads to multiplication of the variable in another domain. That means if you do the differentiation in the time domain, here you need to multiply with its variable, that is frequency. Okay, or if you do the differentiation in the frequency domain, you need to multiply with the variable in the time domain. So with respect to t, you need to multiply in the time domain. If you do the differentiation in the frequency domain, that is the thing. So what is the general statement? Whether you are doing the differentiation in time domain or frequency domain, in the another domain you need to multiply with the variable. That is the general statement. This is valid not only for the Fourier series, it is valid for Fourier transform, Laplace transform, and discrete domain, discrete transforms also. Okay, so generally you need to remember this particular statement, that is differentiation in one particular domain, that may be time domain or that may be frequency domain. In another domain, the multiplication of the variable is possible. So we are doing the differentiation in the time domain like this, d by dt of f of t. Generally f of t is having the coefficient is Cn. Because we are doing the differentiation in the time domain, because of this differentiation, here we need to multiply with the variable, that is Jn omega naught. You may get doubted, why should we take n omega naught like that? Omega naught is the frequency, that is the fundamental frequency, but the spectrum is the discrete spectrum, where n value is the integer. So omega naught, 2 omega naught, 3 omega naught, like that we have to take, so that in the Fourier series a discrete spectrum is there, that is n omega naught we have to take. Okay, so this is about the property. Now we will see the proof for that one. Okay, so again I am writing the actual expression, that is f of t is having the Fourier series coefficient Cn, d by dt of f of t is having the Fourier series coefficient Jn omega naught into Cn. This is the thing. Here you can write exponential Fourier series, here also exponential Fourier series. Now we will see the proof for this one. Okay, so you can take f of t, double headed arrow Cn is the given thing. Now we need to prove d by dt of f of t is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Jn omega naught into Cn. So f of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power Jn omega naught into t. Cn is equal to 1 by t integral over time period t f of t e power minus Jn omega naught t dt, and these are the given things. What is Cn? In words we can tell, that is the exponential Fourier series coefficient of f of t. Exponential Fourier series coefficient of f of t, that is Cn, and that is equal to 1 by t integral f of t e power minus Jn omega naught t dt. Now we need the exponential Fourier series coefficient of d by dt of f of t. This is the required thing. Up to here, these are the known things. F of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power Jn omega naught t. And in this expression f of t, the Fourier series coefficient is available. What is the expression for the Fourier series coefficient? Means Cn is equal to 1 by t over integral over one period f of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. Now we need exponential Fourier series coefficient for this one. This is the required thing. We need to find the exponential Fourier series for d by dt f of t. So this is another signal. F of t is one signal. If you perform the differentiation for the f of t, you will get the another signal. For that signal, we need the coefficient. How we have written the coefficient formula for the f of t that you see. Here, exponential Fourier series coefficient f of t is equal to Cn, that is equal to. How did we write this formula that you need to observe? 1 by time period. This is the time period of the signal for which you are calculating the exponential Fourier series. Cn is the coefficient for f of t. F of t is one periodic signal that is having the time period capital T. That time period only you need to write in the denominator. 1 by time period, that is the time period for the signal for which you are calculating the exponential Fourier series. After that, integral over one time period. The time period can be 0 to capital T or minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 or minus t by 4 to plus 3t by 4. That means you need to do the integration over one period. That may be only on positive side, that may be only on the negative side, or that may be from negative to positive side. But integration has to be done over one period. After writing the integral, what we need to write here? For which signal you are calculating the coefficient, that signal has to be written here. This is the place for the signal for which you are calculating the coefficient. After writing the signal, e power j n omega naught t, this is the common thing. Okay, in the expression of the coefficient, this is the common thing. For whatever the signal you are calculating the coefficient, after writing that particular signal, that signal has to be multiplied with e power minus j n omega naught t. In this way, you need to observe the equation of the coefficient. Okay, once again I am telling, the exponential Fourier series coefficient for the signal f of t is given by, is represented with Cn here, that is equal to 1 by time period of the signal for which you are calculating the coefficient, integral over one period. After that, we need to write the signal for which you are calculating the coefficient, and Cn is the coefficient for the f of t. That's why we have written here f of t. If you want to calculate the coefficient for g of t, here you need to write g of t. If you want to calculate for y of t, here you need to write y of t. After writing that particular signal, you need to multiply with e power minus j n omega naught t. Okay, so this entire thing is the given one only. We have given, that is f of t is having the coefficient is Cn. Now we need to calculate the coefficient for the d by dt of f of t. F of t is one signal. If you differentiate f of t, you will get one more signal, that is represented with d by dt of f of t. Don't see here it is d by dt of f of t. Think that it is only one signal, like g of t, h of t, like that. So d by dt of f of t is another new signal. For that signal, we need to find the coefficient. Okay, that one I am writing here. Exponential Fourier series coefficient of one new signal, that is d by dt of f of t, that is equal to. How we need to write the coefficient formula? Whatever I have explained here, in the same manner we need to follow. The time period for f of t is given by capital T. Is the change in the time period available? If you do the differentiation, there is no change. Whatever the time period is there for the sin t, for its differentiation also, same time period will be available. That means sin t differentiation is cos t. Sin t is having the time period is capital T. For example, cos t is also having the same time period capital T only. So, because of the differentiation, time period will not be affected. So, whatever the time period is there for the f of t, for the d by dt of f of t also, same time period is there. That means I can use capital T only as the time period for d by dt of f of t. So, this is the new signal for which we are calculating the coefficient now. So, it is equal to 1 by time period we have to write. 1 by time period. So, there is no change in the time period for the f of t or for the d by dt of f of t. So, I am writing 1 by t. So, over. After that, integral is required over one period. After that, what I told here we need to write the signal for which we are calculating the coefficient. Here, this is the coefficient for f of t. That's why here f of t is written. Here we are going to find the coefficient for which signal? D by dt of f of t. Okay, this is the signal for which we are calculating the coefficient. So, this is the place for the signal for which we are calculating the coefficient. So, we have written the signal. After that, I told that after writing the signal, we need to multiply with e power minus j n omega naught t. So, I am multiplying with e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So, in this this way, we have written the expression for this coefficient of the d by dt of f of t. Now we need to solve this one. Okay, if you do this one, what we will get, in place of d by dt of f of t, I am taking the new signal, that is g of t, and substitute in this place. This is the required statement where you can able to analyze the coefficient formula. Okay, so after writing this one, I am writing the reverse equation, that is now f of t is equal to, what is the Fourier series exponential formula? Sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power jn omega naught into t. So this is the exponential Fourier series for the signal f of t, that is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Here coefficient will come. Already I told that for the periodic signal f of t, the coefficient is given by Cn. In the formula of the Cn, you will observe the f of t. In the formula of the f of t, you will observe the Cn, and in the formula of the Cn, you will observe the f of t. Okay, so after that, we can able to write here, this one we can able to take the integral from 0 to t also. Here I am taking here 0 to t. This is small t is equal to 0 to t. In this manner, we can able to observe. After that, what we need to do, this integral formula, exponential Fourier series coefficient of d by dt of f of t is equal to 1 by t. This differentiation we are performing here. So 1 by t integral, the differentiation of e power minus j n omega naught t, that is required thing here. So that minus j n omega naught we will get here, and f of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So this minus j omega naught t we can write outside, j n omega naught t, that minus will be cancelled with the integral reverse equation. So 1 by t integral f of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So here extra thing is j n omega naught t, but this entire thing is equal to again Cn. Okay, here Cn formula if you see, 1 by t integral f of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So this entire thing we can replace with the Cn only. So it is equal to j n omega naught into Cn. Actually, for the f of t, the coefficient is Cn. But if you take this d by dt extra, what is the extra thing you are getting here? J n omega naught. So because d by dt is available, here you got j n omega naught. If you take this d by dt 2 times, here j n omega naught you will get 2 times. That means j n omega naught whole square you will get. If you take d by dt k times, then j n omega naught you will get k times. Like that you need to analyze. So what did you observe from this one? The differentiation property will provide, the differentiation in the time domain will provide the multiplication of the frequency, because in the frequency domain the variable is frequency only. Previously I told that differentiation in one domain leads to multiplication of the variable in the another domain. Here differentiation we are doing in the time domain. So multiplication of the variable, that is n omega naught, should be available in the another domain. So Cn should be multiplied with n omega naught. This is the thing. Okay. Now, this problem we will do. This is based upon the time differentiation property we need to do. Without using the time differentiation property also we can do this one. Okay. So, this is the given thing. What is the actual procedure without time differentiation property, that I will tell now, and we will follow according to the time differentiation property only. Okay. So, this is the given thing. By observing this signal, we can tell that it is a periodic signal, and this is the thing is repeating. Minus t by 4 to 3t by 4 is the time period for this one. Those cycles are repeating. Okay. So from here to here, 3t by 4 minus of minus t by 4, that is 4t by 4. That means capital T is the time period for this signal. So over one period we need to do the integral. So for that purpose you can able to take. So minus t by 4 to plus t by 4, the amplitude is 1 by 2. And t by 4 to 3t by 4, the amplitude is minus 1 by 2. So in this manner we can able to do the analysis for this one. So the same thing I am writing here. Over one period we have to define the signal, because In the formulas, we are going to do the integration over one period only. So f of t is equal to 1 by 2. I can write 1 by 2. And this is from where to where? When t is changing from minus t by 4 to plus t by 4. And f of t is equal to minus 1 by 2 when t is changing from t by 4 to 3t by 4. So over one period we have defined, that is from minus t by 4 to 3t by 4, we have defined the f of t formula. F of t is equal to 1 by 2 and f of t is equal to minus 1 by 2. After that, what we need to do? General procedure is f of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power jn omega naught into t. We need to calculate Cn value by using this formula. We need to calculate Cn value by using this formula. After calculating Cn value, we need to substitute in this exponential Fourier series expression. That is, f of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power jn omega naught t, where Cn has to be replaced by using this particular integral calculation. So calculate Cn, substitution here. For example, Cn is equal to n by pi you are getting. Substitute here. That means sigma is available. Sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Cn value from this expression we got n by pi into e power jn omega naught t. That is the exponential Fourier series. This is the way of doing the problem based upon without using any property. By using the simple formulas we can able to do like this. But this is the actual method. Now we are going to use the time differentiation property method. How to do using the time differentiation property, that we will see now. Okay. So one time you perform the differentiation for this one. Then what we will get, that we will see. So already you know how to do the differentiation for this one. Whenever discontinuity is there, you will get the impulse is the differentiation for that one. And whenever constant is there, the differentiation is 0. So here I am drawing d by dt of f of t. F of t is this one. Now I am drawing d by dt of f of t. Minus t by 4, 0, t by 4, 3t by 4, like that we have taken, and this side minus 3t by 4. From minus t by 4 to plus t by 4, amplitude is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is constant, its differentiation is 0. So 0. Exactly at t is equal to t by 4, the amplitude is changing from 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2. So it is a sudden change. For the sudden change or for the discontinuity, the differentiation is the impulse. This one already we have discussed in our previous classes. Okay. And how much strength we have to take? 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2 means destination minus source. Okay. That means minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, that is minus 1. Next, from t by 4 to 3t by 4, the amplitude is minus 1 by 2. It is constant, so its differentiation is 0. But exactly at t is equal to 3t by 4, the amplitude is changing from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. Destination minus source, that means 1 by 2 minus of minus 1 by 2, that is plus 1. Like this you will get. Okay. So, here how much change is there in between these two? 2t by 4 is there. It is t by 4, it is 3t by 4. If you take the change, that is 2t by 4. Okay. 2t by 4 we have to take. That means here next one is at 5t by 4. Here you will get the impulse downside with strength minus 1. And next here 7t by 4. Here you will get one impulse with strength 1. And this side, here you will get impulse with step 1. And here 2t by 4 change if you take, here you will get like this. And this is the differentiation for the f of t. Okay, this is the differentiation for the f of t. And if you observe, here two types of the impulses are there. Some of the impulses are above the x-axis and some of the impulses are below the x-axis. So, this d by dt of f of t can be written as two things. One is impulses above x-axis plus impulses below x-axis on negative side. Okay, so these are the impulses available with respect to impulse train. If you take the impulse train, this is 0, this is t, this is 2t, and this is minus t, minus 2t, like that. Here impulse train is available. For this impulse train, already you know the coefficient, that is 1 by t we got. Okay, 1 by t, that one you need to remember. For the impulse train, the Fourier series coefficient is 1 by t. Cn is equal to 1 by t we got. And if you see the time period for the impulses which are above the x-axis, if you observe only this impulse and this impulse, the impulses which are above the x-axis, what is the time difference is there in between two successive impulses which are above the x-axis? If you see, it is available at minus t by 4 and it is available at 3t by 4. What is the difference? 4t by 4, that is t. And in between these two also, 4t by 4 is the difference, that means that is also capital T. So for this type of signal with the time difference capital T, you got the coefficient is 1 by t. Now you relate this particular impulse train signal with this impulse train signal which is above the x-axis. Instead of availability of the impulse at 0, this impulse has been shifted to right side by the time amount to 3t by 4. That means this is the impulse train shifted to right side by 3t by 4. So you know for that type of the signals what is the coefficient. Because of the shifting, exponential term will come. Like that we have discussed in our previous class. So what we will get here, for this part we are writing the coefficient now. So this is having the coefficient Cn, sorry, instead of writing Cn, directly I am writing 1 by t. So 1 by t is for the coefficient of this particular impulse train signal where the impulses are available at 0, t, 2t and this side minus t, minus 2t, like that. But here if you see the impulses above the x-axis, this is same as this one but shifted to right side by 3t by 4. Okay, so same as the impulse train means 1 by t and shifted to right side by 3t by 4 means you need to write here exponential term, that is e power minus j n omega naught. How much shift is there? 3t by 4. Okay, next, now you see this these impulses which are below the x-axis. So here because plus is for this one we have written coefficient over. Now plus for this part we need to write the coefficient, that is impulses below the x-axis. So if you observe here carefully, these are the impulses. We can see the impulses at t by 4 and 5t by 4. What is the time difference? 4t by 4, that means again capital T. Now if you see the time difference in between these two, 3t minus 3t by 4 and it is t by 4. If you take the time difference, again you will get capital T. So this side also, that means below the x-axis also we have another impulse train signal like this only, but it is shifted to right side by t by 4. Okay, here also shifting property has to be applied. If it is not shifted, because it is available on the below the x-axis, we can take minus because amplitude is reversal. Next, if it is not shifted, it is having the coefficient is 1 by t, like this. Now because of the shift to the right side by t by 4, again we will get the exponential term e power minus jn omega naught. How much shift is there? T by 4. So this is the Fourier series coefficient for the impulse train signal which is below the x-axis, and this is the Fourier series coefficient for the impulse train which is above the x-axis. Okay, so what we have done for in order to do the problem for this one, this is the given square wave. For this one we need to find the Fourier series. So instead of calculating the Fourier series directly from this given signal, what we have done, we have applied the time differentiation property. So we have done the differentiation for the f of t, we got this one. And if you see this particular signal where we are observing two types of the impulses, one is above the x-axis, another set of the impulses are below the x-axis. The set of impulses which are above the x-axis are looking like the impulse train signal shifted to right side by 3t by 4 seconds. The set of impulses which are below the x-axis are looking like the impulse train signal which are shifted to right side by which are shifted to right side by t by 4 seconds. In simple manner, we can able to analyze like this. Okay. So for the above the x-axis, because of the impulse train 1 by t we will get as the coefficient, and because of the shifting by 3t by 4 we should get the exponential. So time shifting property leads to exponential in the frequency domain. Time differentiation property leads to multiplication of the variable in the frequency domain. Now we will do this one. Okay. So for the impulse train signal which is below the x-axis is having the coefficient is 1 by t, and because of the shifting by t by 4 we will get this particular expression. Okay. Now it is equal to 1 by t we can take common, 1 by t we can take common, and it is looking like e power minus j 3 theta n omega naught t by 4, n omega t by 4. It is available in both the terms. So I am taking that is e power, for simplicity I am writing here, e power minus 3 theta plus e power minus theta. In these two, if you take e power minus 2 theta as common, e power minus theta plus e power plus theta, like this you can able to write. Same thing I am performing here. So 1 by t is there in both the terms, so I have taken common. Next I am taking e power minus j n omega naught 2 t by 4. This one I am taking as common. Then from the first one you will get e power minus j n omega naught t by 4 minus, from the second one you will get e power minus j n omega naught 3t by 4, t by 4. Like this you will get. Okay. Now if you take minus common, here minus will come, here minus, here plus will come. Now it is in the form of e power j theta, sorry, here plus will come, e power j theta minus e power minus j theta. So this entire thing we can write in terms of the sin theta. E power j theta plus minus e power minus j theta. So that can be written as 2j sin theta. Okay. So it is equal to minus 1 by t e power minus j n omega naught t by 2 into 2j sin theta. Theta means what? N omega naught into t by 4. N omega naught into t by 4. So this is the answer, like that we can able to tell. This is the coefficient for what? This is the coefficient for d by dt of f of t. Given thing is f of t, we have differentiated, we got d by dt of f of t. For this one we did the analysis and we got the coefficient this one, and we can able to reduce this one. So what we did for the d by dt of f of t, we calculated the coefficient, that is this one, minus 1 by t e power minus j n omega naught into t by 2, and here 2j sin n omega naught into t by 4, like this we got. Now this part I am calculating, omega naught into t by 2. Omega naught is 2 pi by t into t by 2 is there. So t cancel, 2 cancel, this is pi you will get. So e power minus j n omega naught into t by 2 can be written as e power minus j n pi. Omega naught into t by 2 is equal to pi we got. So it is equal to cos n pi minus j sin n pi. For whatever the n value, sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, sin 4 pi is equal to 0. So cos pi is minus 1, cos 2 pi is 1, cos 3 pi is minus 1, cos 4 pi is 1. So it is minus 1 whole to the power of n. Like that we can write. Alternately it is getting minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. That's why cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of n. Okay. Now we will calculate this one. Omega naught into t by 4. It is equal to 2 pi by t into t by 4. So t cancel, it is 2, that means pi by 2. So that is orally we got sin n omega naught into t by 4 means that is n pi by 2. So this is sin n pi by 2, and this is we got minus 1 whole to the power of n. So finally we can able to write. So minus 1 by t, this is minus 1 whole to the power of n, and this is 2j sin n pi by 2. Okay, if you take n is odd, this will become minus 1, minus into minus will be plus. Now, what will get 1 by t? Okay, 2j by t. This is sin n pi by 2. If n is even, this is plus 1 minus 1 by t into 2j. If n is even, that means 2, 4 like that. If you take n is equal to 2 will be cancelled, sin pi is 0. If you take n is equal to 4, sin 2 pi is also 0. N is equal to 6, sin 3 pi is also 0. So like this you will get, coefficient will become 0. So we will get the coefficient, non-zero coefficient for n is odd number only. So finally we can able to write like this, d by dt of f of t is having the coefficient 2j by t into sin n pi by 2, and it is also true only for n is odd. If n is even, the coefficient is 0. Okay, but we need the Fourier series coefficient for the f of t, not for the d by dt of f of t. So because of this d by dt, what we will get? Jn omega naught actually. Jn omega naught into f of t, or Jn omega naught into Cn, not f of t. This is Cn. So it is equal to this entire thing, 2j by t sin n pi by 2. So we need Cn. Cn is the coefficient for the f of t. So jj cancel. This n will come denominator. Omega naught means 2 pi by t we will write. So that 2, this 2 will be cancelled, tt cancel, that pi will come in the denominator. So Cn is equal to, we can write 1 by n pi sin n pi by 2. This is the exponential Fourier series coefficient. That means Cn is over. Now if you need the Fourier series, f of t is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity Cn e power jn omega naught into t. This Cn we have calculated like this. Okay, so that Cn you need to substitute here. So what is the Fourier series expression for the f of t means sigma n is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity. Cn means 1 by n pi sin of n pi by 2. Next into e power jn omega naught t. That is the final expression for the given signal. So in this manner we have to calculate the Fourier series. Okay. So here another problem is there, that also we can able to do in the same manner. You do the differentiation, you will get the impulses. Some impulses are above the x-axis, some impulses are below the x-axis. For the impulses which are above the x-axis, you can able to write in terms of the impulse train signal, shifted impulse train signal, and the same manner we can able to apply for the set of impulses which are below the x-axis also. And commonly we can able to write the Fourier series coefficients, and we can able to get the expression for this f of t also. And here after symmetry new topic is there. All these things we will see in the next class. Thank you.